The film starts with Allison talking about her past when she always said yes to everything and took on challenges. She connected with Carlos because he had the same adventurous spirit. But after becoming parents to Katie, Nando, and Ellie, they had to change. They started saying no often to protect their kids. Katie's best friend Layla wants to go to the Flea Fest concert, but Allison is concerned because Katie is only 14. Nando tries to make a waffle volcano, but it doesn't work. Carlos, after work, plans to go to the gym, but Allison reminds him of a school event. Ellie mentions she's good at tweaking, and Katie says she can teach her. After picking up her kids, there's a dispute between Allison and Katie about the concert. Katie feels restricted, and Allison is protective. Carlos has his own tastes in music, which Ellie enjoys, while Katie and Nando critique Allison's choices. Later, both parents do their own things. Carlos is a strict boss at his electronics firm, while Allison goes for a job interview and learns she's considered overqualified. Their children's teachers want a meeting with Allison and Carlos. Both Katie and Nando have made projects that paint Allison in a negative light, comparing her to strict leaders. This upsets the parents, leading them to a chat at the school canteen. Allison feels like she's lost her fun side, and Carlos feels like the strict parent. Mr. Deacon, the school counselor, suggests a yes day. For one day, the parents have to say yes to their kids' requests, with some rules. It promises better behavior from the children. Though skeptical, Allison and Carlos consider it. They tell their children about the idea. Nando and Ellie are excited, but Katie doubts Allison can do it, calling her a fun killer. Allison promises Katie she still knows how to have fun, leading to a bet between them. The story continues with Allison having a condition: if she wins, she'll accompany Katie, which Katie thinks is uncool. But if Allison loses, Katie and Layla can go to the concert by themselves. The catch? If Allison says no even once on the yes day, she loses. On the yes day morning, the children, eager to start, find that their mom isn't on the bed. But suddenly, Allison surprises them with a trumpet, announcing the start of the day. She even lets the kids jump on the bed, something they're usually not allowed to do. Ellie gets the go-ahead to choose their outfits, resulting in both parents dressing in wild costumes. Not wanting to change, they decide to embrace the fun. Their first outing is to an ice cream place. Nando orders a massive ice cream treat, the Gut Buster, which is free if eaten under 30 minutes. They all dig in, but as they reach the end, they're all almost too full. Carlos takes the challenge and finishes it, though he soon feels sick. After a brief moment of panic, thinking Carlos might throw up, it turns out he just needed the restroom. Everyone laughs. Next, the kids direct them to a car wash. The twist? Windows have to stay down, drenching everyone inside. It feels like a fun water ride, with Allison and Carlos eventually joining in the wet fun. After that, they head to a park where a large-scale game, called Kablooey, is set up. It's like Capture the Flag but with colorful water balloons. They've even tricked people into thinking it's a reality show tryout. Carlos meets the referee, who turns out to be the coach they had met before. He says Nando invited him. They form teams and start the game. Allison becomes competitive, even teaming up with others to try and beat her own kids. During the game, Nando releases smoke, and while Katie and Nando combine forces against Allison, she manages to hit Nando with a ball. Katie tells her mom they're out of balloons, but Allison, not backing down, climbs a wall and dodges incoming balloons. In a dramatic turn, Allison captures the green flag, declaring her side victorious. Meanwhile, Ellie points out a baby crow that has fallen, and she strikes a deal with Carlos, promising not to expose his secret call if he helps the bird. But after returning the crow, its mother and other birds attack Carlos. Later, at the hospital for Carlos's minor wounds, he confesses to Allison his exhaustion, hinting he wants to bail for work. They argue, and Allison chats with Jin, a paramedic, who gives her relationship advice. As Carlos and the kids leave the hospital, they debate over continuing the yes day. In the end, Allison takes the lead, deciding they'll go to the Magic Mountain theme park, getting a lift from Jin. At the park, while the family has fun, Katie and Allison share a moment. Allison finds a text on Katie's phone suggesting older dates for them, leading to a disagreement about the real motive behind Yes Day. Feeling hurt, Allison shares with Carlos her sadness over Katie's growing resentment. Wanting to mend things, Allison spots a pink gorilla toy, reminiscent of Katie's old toy. In her attempt to win it, she competes with another lady, and the rivalry heats up, leading all three into a small commotion. During a scuffle over the gorilla, Carlos gets caught up. At the police station, the kids strike up a friendship with Officer Jones. There, Allison, Carlos, and the woman who they competed against for the gorilla all end up. Carlos comforts Allison with a kiss, highlighting how proud he was of how she connected with Katie. Katie, meanwhile, arranges a pickup from Layla and her older cousin, pretending to the cops that they're their grandparents. Back home, Katie preps for a concert, while Nando plans a geeky gathering. Despite feeling she should supervise her siblings, they encourage her to go out and have fun. Upon their release, after evidence shows Allison rightfully won the gorilla toy, she offers the prize to the other woman. To Allison and Carlos's surprise, the kids aren't at the station. Using a note left by the children as a clue, the parents decide to split up to handle the situation, Carlos to manage the wild house party and Allison, with Officer Jones, to find Katie at the concert. As the house gathering gets out of hand, with kids making a mess and spraying drinks everywhere, Allison reaches the concert venue. She convinces Jones to get closer to the stage to spot Katie. Recognizing Allison's warnings about the older boys were right, Katie ends her friendship with Layla and decides to be independent. Allison believes the stage is where Katie will eventually be, even if she's feeling down. Back at the house, a girl from next door sneaks in some sugar, which she's not allowed to have at her own home. Another kid is spotted holding onto Nando's family photo album, while some are caught pushing the TV from its mount. The chaos escalates when Ellie triggers a foam explosion from a bedroom volcano they constructed. The neighboring girl adds to the frenzy by spreading the foam catalyst all over the place, delighting the children. At the concert, with her phone battery drained, Katie struggles to reach her mom. Officer Jones helps Allison get backstage, where they meet her, a singer they both admire. After Allison mends a rip in her jacket, her agrees to perform a special song to draw Katie's attention. Upon returning home, Carlos puts an end to the house madness and insists the children tidy up. On stage, after Her's brief performance, Allison takes a bold step. She proclaims her search for someone without aiming to embarrass them, then starts singing with a guitar. Recognizing the tune, Katie calls out to her mom, and they share an emotional reunion, much to the audience's delight. They then join her to conclude the song together. As things settle at home, Nando admits to his dad that he was quite fierce and acknowledges his grounding. Katie and Allison, upon their return, make peace with the rest of the family. They all agree on the importance of rules. As a final gesture for the day, Ellie proposes a family campout. They set up a tent outside and everything seems perfect until Nando confesses to flushing leftover catalyst down the toilet, leading to another foam outburst outside their residence.